Hi everyone, welcome back to Quick Chat with Jay. I hope you're doing well today. I like to talk about movies, TV shows, and anything that interests me, and today we are talking about another episode of Catfish. This episode actually starts off with a celebration of Neve's birthday.
Happy birthday! But wait, there's more!
Wow, look at this! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!
And while we're talking about Neve anyway at the beginning of this episode, I do want to wish him a speedy recovery. When I posted my last videos that pertain to Catfish and Ghosted, those were recorded before the news of the accident he was involved in happened. And I just want to say that, he was involved in an accident. If you didn't know, that could have been much worse. Thank God it wasn't. And I'm just happy that he's still here. I'm happy that his family still has him so they can love him. And I'm just wishing him a really fast recovery. But getting back to this video, Neve and Cammy, they get down to business when they see that they have received an email from this guy named Steven, aka Scooba, and he's talking about this relationship he formed with a girl named Renae when he was younger.
6 years ago, I met a girl named Renae on IMVU. We suddenly clicked and began dating.
If you're like me, you probably just got a shiver up your spine and a memory you probably didn't even think that was still there about IMVU. You can pretend like you don't know what it is, but you know that site is where you had your first virtual boyfriend or girlfriend.
She understood me and my views on life in a way that no one else seemed to. I fell in love with her. Everything had been going well, but about 8 months after we met, Renae ghosted me. I messaged her for weeks. I was heartbroken, but after 5 years, suddenly I got a message from her.
I don't really know how to feel about that. It just feels weird when there are certain people who just pop back into your life like that. I'm not saying that you can't talk to people from your past, but there's some people who come in and you're just like, what do you want? Like, I know you want me for something. Why are you here? Like, you wouldn't contact me unless you needed or wanted something. So what is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm jaded. I feel like me saying that says a lot more about me than it does a fake person that just created in my mind.
Oh. Whoa!
Hello! Scuba Steve.
How did you get the nickname Scooba?
A few years ago, I used to work at a tire shop, and they had 3 Steves working there, and an employee just shouted, "Call him Scuba."
As they're talking with Steven, he does mention how the conversations didn't stay exclusive to IMVU. It eventually did move over to Kick, but they had never been on the phone and they never did any kind of video chats. But he said that he didn't really mind that because the conversation and just them having the feelings for each other was consistent, so he never really pushed her to do anything like that. Steven also mentions how speaking with Renae was his escape from reality at the time.
At that time, it was also very stressful. Let's just say I haven't had the best father figures in my life, and that was something that we very much connected with.
And you also mentioned that you take care of your mom. Were you dealing with that back then?
Yes, she is disabled, and I am her medical aid. So the escapism talking to Renae was kind of nice. In my mind, I was away from all of that.
Their relationship significantly changed once Renee's brother and dad got in the picture. Renee's brother was saying things like, "Don't hurt my sister or I'll hurt you." You know, that typical thing that brothers will do. And her dad was kind of mocking the relationship, just making it seem like it was one big joke.
So, how did it end?
I ended up talking with her brother. The conversation was just fairly simple, brotherly, don't hurt my sister stuff. But then one day there was supposedly an argument happening, and her dad got on and started mocking me, mocking the idea of the relationship. It was very unsettling to me.
How does a dad know how to use Kick?
While they were going through their messages, Renae mentions how they were married in IMVU, and I totally forgot that was a thing you could even do on that website. I was going to ask if any of you remember IMVU, but to my surprise, this site is still alive and well, which really surprises me because it feels like something that is such a long and distant memory for me. Like, I remember I'm going to be 26 next week, and I remember probably around 12, 13, 14 being on this site, and I thought after I was done with it, that was just the end of it. So I guess I'll change my question to, do you remember using the site during your formative years, and are you still surprised that it's around? Because I thought they already shut it down. I didn't think that IMVU would still be a popular site to this day. Not in a good Lord's year of 2024. I really did not think that. Scooba doesn't have access to his Kik account or his IMVU account anymore, so there's not really much that Neve and Cammy can go off of, but they tell him to try to find some more information just so they can really start their investigation into who is behind this Renae account.
We need some more information. So I feel like we need you to kind of try and get a little bit more info for us if we're going to try and do some research for you. Wait, is she online? She's active right now. All I really know about you is that you live somewhere in the UK. What else can you tell me about yourself? What's your number? I'd love to hear your voice. She's typing. Okay.
Come on, that is just an excuse.
At the moment, the most information that Steven has right now is that she has a Facebook account and she is a nursing student, or she is a nurse. Y'all, I can't even lie. I feel like this is the most effortless search that they've had in the show's history. As soon as they take the only photo she has on her Facebook account and put it into the reverse search engine, immediately there's a hit, and it comes back to this girl named Acacia who has an Instagram account of 2.1 million followers.
So I just want to see if this picture comes up. What? Oh my God. There is one.
Shut the f up.
There's a ton of pictures of this girl.
Acacia.
Well, that was easy.
Oh my God.
Is that an Instagram? 2 million followers. She's got 2 kids. She lives in Oregon. Oh, there, look at this one. Look, tattoo on her finger, nose ring. It's definitely her.
1000%.
All right, I'm gonna message her. Maybe she knows who's been stealing her pictures.
I'm sure she has people stealing her photos all the time.
Hey, Acacia, would love if you can help us out.
Bing.
And then what even makes this much more easier for them is they see in her Facebook URL that she has the name Tyana Smith in it.
What?
Whoa! Look at this. Her Facebook URL is facebook.com/TianaSmith.3. I mean...
So it's Tyana Smith.
What? How did Scooba not notice this?
How Scooba didn't catch that is ridiculous, but later he says that on the Facebook app, it doesn't show the URL. So I guess that's the reason as to why he just didn't know that. But if I saw that, I immediately would have been like, yo, who is Tyana? Is that your name? Like, what's going on? Now having this Tyana Smith name, they look up this name in a location that Renae said she was from just to see if anyone in that location has that same name. And there sure is a Tyana Smith there.
And let's go to city. What the name? What's that crazy?
Wolverine.
Wolverhampton. Oh, there it is.
Oh, Bushbury. That's the one. Bushbury, Wolverhampton.
Oh, we got a hit. There is a Tyana Smith in Wolverhampton, UK. This is her.
That woman is not 20-something years old. She's definitely older.
If this is her, why would she be so careless? Is it possible he's been talking to this lady the whole time?
Having all this information, they go back to tell Scooba what they found and to let him know that, hey, all this evidence is pointing towards this being someone who you don't know. Like, this is not the person that you thought you were speaking to.
We now know Renae is at the very least lying about
Who she is. Yeah.
I messaged Acacia on Instagram.
Okay.
Because we were hoping that maybe we could talk to her and see if she knows anything about Renae, but I haven't heard anything back. We searched for Tyana Smith from Bushbury, Wolverhampton. It brought us to this profile.
Wow.
Steven is rightfully taken aback when they get around to talking about the Tyana Smith profile, because a woman in the photo would mean that he's been speaking to someone who is significantly older than he is. And while seeing that, this kind of gives me Paul and Katie. Thankfully it is not, but it gives me those vibes. If you don't know, I did do a video on Paul and Katie and I spoke about that situation. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm really surprised that woman didn't go to jail for her actions. Like, they said, yeah, she went to therapy, she got help, and I did say, like, at least she went to therapy, but I don't think that's enough. I feel like, I don't know, especially because it was broadcasted on television about her actions. I feel like more should have been done, but I don't know the statute of limitations on that. Hey, I'm just saying, I feel like that was very, you know, kind of just a little tap on the wrist when it really should have been more. Anyway, back to this Catfish episode. The real girl in the photos, Acacia, she eventually responds to Neve and she jumps into the chat. Acacia says that she's a big fan of the show and she kind of expected for this call to happen just because people have been using her photos for such a long time.
We're working on an episode right now, and we're helping Scooba out. He's been talking to a girl named Renae. So they talked for like 8 months in 2014. It got really serious. Have you had any interaction with or known of any of these people, and have you dealt with any of them?
No, so I would get messages every now and then, even today, saying like, which is funny that you mentioned it, Kick. People would be like, we talked on Kick like back in 2013, 14. Like, do you remember? And I'm like, and now it's making me nervous to say 2014 and Kick, and I'm like, oh goodness, like, is it the same person that's been doing this?
All this information is coming really fast at Steven, and you know, it makes him upset to know that the person he's been talking to has just been lying to him the entire time when he's just been honest about the kind of person he is and the things that have happened in his life.
It is a bummer. It is a bummer. I'm in a mixture of frustrated, relieved that I got some truth, and accepting that truth. Why disrupt somebody's life after 6 years to just continue a lie? I'm now at the point where I just kind of want to know. Because she's already lied to me about her face. What else could she be lying to me about?
Right.
Cammy then asks Steven, hey, would you still like be interested in speaking to whoever Renae is if it does happen to be a person who is the same age as you or around your age? And he's kind of open to that, but he does say that because of all the secrets that have been kept away from him, they'd have to start over. And I feel like that's very reasonable. It makes the most sense because they know more about you than you know about them, and that would be totally unfair to just continue that relationship not having that imbalance. So I totally get what he meant by that. Earlier in the episode, they were trying to ask Renae some questions, but she said she was too busy and had to get back to work. But she eventually did respond to them, and they tried to go ahead and get these questions answered.
Well, she just messaged me that she's on break.
All right, share that squeen. Let's try to get as much information as we can out of her. Things that we could search, locations, stream names. We need more clues. It feels like it's gonna take some pushing, and you're gonna have to, you know, really, I don't wanna say demand, but
push it.
Yeah, pressure her to give you some answers.
We can't scare her away. We gotta lube it up first. This situation needs lube.
Oh my God, Cammy, please stop saying that. They asked if she's still in the UK, and she says, yes, I am. But at this point, Neve and Scooba are ready to go in on her. Like, they're like, we don't really care about these easy questions. We want you to ask, like, we want to have answers for the more important things right now.
Her Facebook page says she does.
She's a motherfucking liar. We know this to be true. Oh, she said, yeah, why you ask? Just curious. We have to butter her up. What do you want me to say?
I'm ready to go in hard. I don't know why we're playing games with this girl. When she popped back up, she had her chance to come clean and she blew it.
Right. I mean, I'm ready to go balls to the wall.
Not out the gate.
The next question they ask is about her real name and why her Facebook URL has the name Tyana Smith in it.
Is Renae your real name? Because your Facebook profile URL is Tyana Smith.
Right.
Oh. Yes, silly. My Facebook email is the same one I used for my IMVU, if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
Be like, oh, I don't remember. What was that again?
I guess these questions were a little too hard for her, which makes no sense because, to be honest, these are softball questions. They ain't even softball questions. I don't even know what to call these because they're so easy. But she, instead of answering the questions, she ends up sending this photo that her and Scuba's IMVU avatars took.
What?
That's an old IMVU photo.
Whoa.
No, she's trying to derail us. That's not what we asked.
You're right. She is trying to change the topic.
I can't lie. I feel like that was a little bit manipulative to just send that photo out of nowhere. Because why are you sending it? I mean, he hasn't even accused you of anything yet. So it just feels weird for you to send that out of there and just be like, hey, remember, we love each other. Why can't you unquestioningly just trust me? No, like, I don't understand why you sent that. It just feels manipulative to me for some reason. I don't know where to put my finger on it, but it just feels that way. Pulling that photo up when she knows what she's been doing and is actively still lying and playing with his emotions, I don't know. Just really, really strange.
Hold on, let me look. So she's still on there.
I personally wouldn't know. I'm glad I haven't gone back.
So I have to get back to work now, but I'll send you that username when I find it.
Oh, God.
Okay. We need the f***ing username so that we can look her up and see if there's any more information about her in her bio. And unfortunately, we're kind of like at her beck and call right now.
Yeah, and she's supposedly at work, so she's not going to reply.
Renae eventually sends her IMVU avatar name, and this prompts Cammy and Neve to go ahead and search this up on the website. Why is Cammy, like, she is so funny because why is she saying this while they're creating the avatar?
Make me.
All right, female.
Female.
Hair. What are you looking for?
Oh, this is so fun. I'm definitely doing this later. Ooh, do the wavy hair. Cute.
I don't know. Okay, that's fine. All
You're
right.
just gonna make her a basic bitch?
Yes.
What?
We're on a mission here, Cammy. Are we in?
Could have at least given her a blouse. Maybe a skirt. Some nail polish.
All right, so here is Renae as the profile name.
Look at all the basic bitches that look exactly like us.
I don't know if I said it before, but I'll say it right now and again. I really appreciate Cammy as a host. Her personality just really fits into the show, and I'm so glad that she became a part of it. This is when they find out that Renae, of course, is not in the UK, and she has a phone number that is US based that she's been hiding away from Scooba all this time.
Ow.
That's her.
Oh, there's a phone number.
That's definitely not a UK number.
That's true. Let's search this
Run
number.
the number. Ooh.
No name associated with this number. Oh, look at this. It's a Virginia cell phone number.
Not a text app?
That mean Tyana Smith from Wolverhampton is not her?
It still means she's a liar.
At this point, Scuba is ready to go in on her and just meet her and stop all of this. So he tells her, like, hey, this is your last chance. Like, you have to meet me right now or I will leave all this behind.
Oh, Renae, I video chatted with Acacia yesterday. I know you haven't been telling me the truth about who you are, and I want to give you that chance to come clean. It's now or never.
Whoa. Wow, I love it. No hesitation. He just jams that send button.
Before we all meet Renae, I want to take what Cammy told them in this episode and just take a deep breath before we meet her.
Scooba, are you ready to, like, hold her feet to the fire and ask her some tough questions?
Oh, yeah.
Collective deep breath. That was nice.
Renae hops in, and it is definitely not someone who you thought would be behind his profile.
Oh. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you the person Scooba has been talking to?
Yeah.
With all the confusion, Neve asks her to formally introduce herself, and this starts her road to telling the truth.
Hold on a second. I just want to take a second to kind of just let Renae introduce herself, because I don't even think we know your real name. Can you just give us a quick overview of who you are, what your name is, where you live, just so we know who we're talking to?
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Catfish. I'm from Roanoke, Virginia, and I am Haitian American.
Are you in a classroom?
Are you at school right now?
Yeah.
Well, school session is out, but I am in a study room.
The whole thing with her and her dad and brother speaking to Scooba was fake.
And what aspect did you tell the truth about to me?
Okay, so the lies were the part about like my brother that you remember.
Wait, did your brother actually text Steven?
No.
No?
No.
So that was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Did I ever speak to your dad?
No.
No? Okay.
Why?
But yeah, why?
I felt like I couldn't keep up with anymore, so it was just so much easier to just drop it and act like it never happened.
The whole thing about her Facebook URL having the name Tyana Smith in it was just because she was trying to catch an ex, thinking that he was cheating when they were together.
Honestly, when I was with my ex-boyfriend and I was suspected he was doing something, so I made it to message out to him at the time.
Okay.
She says that she originally started the Renae profile because she was getting bullied and she just thought it'd be much easier to pretend to be a white girl online.
Basically, I made it because at the time I was getting bullied for my color. I was like, oh, it would just be so much more easier like if I go on IMVU and like I'm white, nobody gotta know, like I could have just been somebody else.
This is truly a conversation for another time and maybe I'll have it. I don't know. But I just think it's so crazy how racism and colorism can seep their ways into people's insecurities like that. It's such a sad thing to see happen to people, for them to believe lies, honestly, that make them believe that they are not worthy and that they live in a skin that is ugly. She doesn't say if she has someone to talk to at the time. If not, I wish she had someone to talk to at the time, just to let her know that there's so much to be prideful and shameless about being a black person. Cammy even extends some empathy to Kishana, connecting their experiences with being black women online.
I know black girl to black girl on the internet, it can be difficult to make friends as yourself, especially in these virtual worlds. You're on these apps and playing these games and you subconsciously make a white character because you feel like it might be more presentable or people will want to talk to you more. But in the beginning, when you guys met on IMVU, he didn't know what you looked like for 6 months. You could have looked like anybody. He could have been completely into you as you.
Kishana says that when she originally contacted Scooba, that's when she was going to come clean to him and let him know about what she had been doing, but she got so caught up in how he was making her feel that I guess she just didn't want the good feelings to end so soon.
I can understand why, as a teenager, you weren't ready to come clean, but why not reach out at this point now as yourself?
When I initially texted you, I was like gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna tell him, I'm gonna let him know. But like the more that I talked to you, it was easier to be Renae with you than it would have been easier for me to be like Kishana with you. Because even though we're the same, I just felt like you're connected with her and not with me, if that makes sense.
Are you talking about a physical connection?
Yeah, that was kind of like a part of me, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, what if like how I look doesn't amount to like how she looks, and he's completely devastated.
Before going forward, they sidebar with Scooba just to see where his head is at and to ask him what will he do next. Neve and Cammy are on the same accord with feeling like Kishana is a nice girl who didn't really have any malintent while speaking to Scooba.
I don't know. I'm always the one that's like, nah, that. But now I'm like, I get it. I kind of understand. Parts of it could have really been things that were happening in her real life, and she was maybe coping with it by role-playing it out on the internet.
I'm doing everything I can not to just be excited, because she's cute, she seems nice, she seems to like you.
I don't know. So what do you think? Like, are you gonna give her a chance or what?
I have to say, I'm feeling the same way about this girl because, I mean, I've said before, catfishing is wrong. And, we know that most of the time when people do catfish people, it's for a number of reasons. Some people say it's a joke. Some people just say, I wanted to get closer to this person. And this is one of the times where I'm like, I don't think it was really as bad, which is crazy to say. I don't know. There are some stories like this one that make me look at some catfishers differently. Kishana wasn't catfishing him to try to make his life a living hell or to be manipulative. Well, I feel like her sending that IMVU photo was a little bit manipulative. I don't know. I still stand on that. I don't know why. Like I said, something just feels off about it. But, this story kind of reminds me of the one they had with the husband who was catfishing his wife because he thought that that was the only way that he could become more closer to her. And I do hope that they did stay together. I can't remember. I think they did stay together towards the end of the episode. I'm just saying I hope that they're still together. But I say that to say, I think we have a story where the catfisher is redeemable. And it seems that Scooba's feeling the same way.
I do know this. I'm open to everything, so I will talk. I'm not gonna just poof.
However you feel and however you want to move forward, you should be honest about that and be very clear and upfront with that. I think it could just be something that can naturally happen.
Steven and Kishana get a moment to talk to each other while Neve and Cammy just sit back, and it's kind of cute the way that they're talking to each other because you could tell that there's two people who still want to be in each other's lives in some type of capacity.
I am sorry that I did that to you.
Water under the bridge.
Okay. At the same time, like, would you feel like you actually were in love with Renae?
I was infatuated. What you were showing me was beautiful. I enjoyed talking to you.
I mean, would you like to keep in contact with me?
Absolutely. I don't know why there would be no reason not to. I mean, you're not some weird old man sitting in his mother's basement trying to fool with weird people on the internet.
Steven says that he's willing to forgive because he really did enjoy her company and the feeling that connection gave him. Steven just has one condition.
One important thing to say. Add me on your real Facebook, please.
For sure. I would do that.
There we go. Scooba demanding. Finally.
Right. Tyana, I want to see you add him now. What do you use more? Facebook, Instagram?
Damn. On the spot.
Okay.
I want the digital connection official.
No romantic relationship forms between the two of them, but they decide to stay friends, and I'm happy that this story ended up having a good ending. I feel like I talk about a lot of the crazy stories, but I'm glad to have one that actually ends on a good note, and I hope that they're still friends to this day. That is the story of Scooba and Renae, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment what you thought about the episode, and hell, share it if you want to. If you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you'll never miss another upload from me. I should be uploading something soon. I do have videos that I'm going to be doing on Saturdays or Sundays, hopefully just over the weekend. So keep your eye out on that. I hope you have a good day or night at whatever time you're watching this. And I hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.